6 o'clock, and I'd like to call the Long Lake Township Board meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Rosa,
Here.
Schaub, Wagner,
Here, I'm here. Sorry.
Garvin,
Here.
Maney is absent and excused, Linderson,
Here.
Hoffman is here.
Okay. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll open up for public comment at this time. Would anyone like to speak? Yes.
Sure.
Hello, I'm Ken Hinton. I'm a candidate for state representative in District 104, which is Grand Traverse County. I'm a Republican candidate. I'm a CPA by background. I've had about 30 years of business experience in large corporations and small corporations. The last 4 years I've been the administrator for Wexford County. I served on the Kingsley Area Schools Board of Education from 2005 through 2009. I was the treasurer while I was there. I live out in Fife Lake. That's what makes it possible for me to be the administrator down in Wexford, down in Cadillac. My wife Dawn is with me here tonight. We've been married 26 years, have 4 great kids and 5 grandkids, and I'm really interested in taking my skills and experience to Lansing to work for the people in Grand Traverse County, to work for you. I think I have the qualifications and the ability to work with others, which is something that we really need in Lansing, is the ability for people to sit down and work together. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Any other public comment at this time? If not, we will move on to our consent calendar.
Under consent this evening, we have Township Board minutes of June 10th and June 26th, Treasurer's Report of May 30th, the Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Department Report, Zoning Department Report, Grand Traverse County Road Commission Report, Grand Traverse Fire Report, Planners Report, and correspondence. Does anyone wish to have anything taken off for further discussion from the board?
If not, is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Schaub?
Support.
Wagner? Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Item 5 is approval or amendment to the agenda. I have one item to add. We left off our special reports area, so I would like to add that this evening. Maybe we'll have special reports and maybe we won't, but it should be on there anyway. I would put that under 6 and call that 6A for special reports. That generally is the County Commission report, Station 10, and the Grand Traverse Road Commission if anyone is here. I have no other changes to the agenda.
I have something, and I don't know exactly where we want to put it, but I'd like to discuss this fireworks thing. Would that be under new business, or?
I think just under public comment, maybe, John?
Oh, okay,
Our next public comment, would that be okay with you?
that's fine.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Would someone make a motion to approve the agenda with the added 6A?
I also move.
Linderson?
Support.
Supported by Garvin. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Item 6 is conflict of interest statement. Is there anything on the agenda that would be a conflict of interest to anyone? There's not much on the agenda tonight, so hearing none, I will move under special reports. And Sunny is not here tonight. I do have a written report from our station captain, and I would just like to say that for the month of June, they had 31 runs, and the breakdown is 19 medical, 9 fire, and 3 PIAs. So that is Station 10 report, and Mark McCullough is here. Would you like to give a report on County
Very
Road
quickly,
Commission?
Very quickly.
Okay.
First of all, a lot of you know about, on July 3rd, we wrapped up the South Airport Cass Road corridor. There were delays due to weather and some other matters. MDOT, obviously there's federal and state money involved in that, so there was some red tape involved in how all that rolled out, but the fact of the matter is their decision was made, and I think it was a prudent decision on our manager's part to just jump in, all hands on deck on July 3rd and knock that road project and get it done. And, you know, I mean, it was already painful enough because of the delays. It should have been done by the 27th of June, and it went right up to it. But yes, there were some delays in the road, nothing more we would have had any other time actually on that busy section, and the road is now fixed and ready to go. So I was there last Sunday and stood in the TBA parking lot of the TBA Credit Union and saw 5 lanes of asphalt and no traffic Sunday afternoon. So I was pretty amazing, there was no traffic on South Airport Road Sunday afternoon. So, but then the other thing is we've got some great news, really good news. I guess it's an endorsement from the state of Michigan, our legislature, as to what's happening in our county. We were awarded a $1.1 million funding for Lafreniere Road. As you all know, Lafreniere sits right in the heart of our community, of our county. It's a heavily traversed road. Its unique characteristics that it has dense multi-housing units in there, as well as a section that's unoccupied, and then there's the health department. And there are actually 2 residences on that road, that's it. And so that was a really hard one for us to figure out. It is a local road, we were limited on our funds, how we could do it. So $1.1 million is awarded, and we could break that up into 2 phases. The idea was to get it done this year. Realistically, I don't know if that's possible with how late in the season it already is. And you know, it would be from the intersection of South Airport Road all the way back to Hammond Road, and it's more than just a replacement. It's reconstruction, center lane, up from the hill to just to the south end of the health department property. Could be some walking lanes along the side, and we are going to excavate the hill because that is, well, doesn't fit the standards of today. And it's got the chatter bumps going down as a result of that. So watch for that. The press release went out late this afternoon. More on that. We're looking for the partnerships of the Garfield Township Board and the County Commission Board to do some matching funds to finish the project. We have the project, he said, you know, we can do 2 phases, but the project's broke into 3 sections. And I don't even want to tell you what the top price is if we do everything, but $1.1 million put a dent in it, but it won't be the solution. But it's a long ways to go. We don't want to put a temporary fix on it, and I think you can understand that. We're past that now. We're not doing temporary fixes. We're dealing with some roads that were special assessment districts that were done, you know, 8-10 years ago that are now just falling apart because they were just cheaply done, not inexpensively done, cheaply done. And we're just not going to go that route again. They should last longer. So if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them now or later.
Any questions for Mark?
No, but do you know the history of that hill?
I've been here almost 30 years, so no.
Well, it's called Wheelbarrow Hill, and that's because the WPA and the guys with wheelbarrows literally built that hill and moved that dirt with wheelbarrows. So it's called Wheelbarrow
To make the grade that's there today, right? Yeah. I can understand why they didn't get it all the way down. They don't have the equipment we have today, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's a huge project. It's a long-term solution, not a Band-Aid.
Mark, did you get my note about the signs?
I did not.
Okay, I sent you a little memo and wondered if it might be possible to get new signs for the following, as the current ones are incorrect. And it's North Long Lake Road, West Long Lake, East Long Lake, and South. These are the proper road names, and they use the directional on those road signs, and it causes some computer problems for election purposes because the computer thinks they're two different roads.
Okay, you
So-
sent that to the road commission to my attention.
Yep, you
All right.
did. Yep,
They opened my mail,
okay.
and that's something I've wondered why, and I'll check into it, why they're opening mail that's addressed to individual commissioners. And
Yeah.
We'll get to that, and then I will, they address this, all these items, but I'd like to see my mail.
Yeah. That would be a good point. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks.
Karen, could you give a report on the timbers? I mean, I understand from emails that all the money requirements were met.
Are we public comment right now then?
Well, it was under special reports, I thought maybe you could give a special
Oh.
report.
All I know is the money has been raised, the proper amount has been raised to allow us to have this put in our name, as soon as the paperwork can be completed. So we met the obligation that the trust fund had put forth for us to do. So that's about all I know right now. So we go forward from here. I have not talked to Matt for a few days.
Township's a lot to be proud for, I think, yeah. Proud of.
It was a great ending.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks. Okay, public comment again. Mr. Lennerson, you had something.
Yes, I think we really have to take a serious look at this fireworks thing on the lake. Because our supervisor had to spend, instead of going on a vacation, had to delay it to be here, to wait for the paperwork and so forth. I think that we need to send this gentleman a letter. I think it needs to be original with our signatures, not a copy. And let him know, and I've talked to some authorities, and if he doesn't have his permits on time, and if he goes ahead with this, they'll simply tow his barge away. He needs to know that we mean business, not running up to the last minute, not put people out. Like Karen had to be out, delay her vacation.
Well, the fire chief is still investigating the fire, and there could be some issues with that as well. So maybe we can kind of put this together and see what can be done about that, but I appreciate your comments. Yeah, it was, well, we mentioned before that there needs to be a certain date that everything has to be in, and not wait for all these straggling things that come in, and maybe that would take care of the issue as well, so.
And he's been doing it long enough that he knows the rules.
Well, yeah,
He does know the rules.
Not to be broken, right?
So, okay, John, I appreciate the comment, and we'll go forward with where we end up here and see what's well with that, so.
Also a fireworks issue,
Yes.
but not the same one John has.
Uh-huh.
Is that fireworks, I think overall people kept them to the 3-day period.
Okay.
I heard someone Sunday out there. I just wondered, and the Record Eagle called, because I had sent them our fireworks ordinance, because they never included us in the list of townships.
Right.
So they called me and asked me for some comment. But I wonder if we, on our signs, in which when you enter the township, where it says zoning forest or something like that,
Mhm.
if we couldn't put on there, a very brief statement, another sign, fireworks ordinance in effect or something like that, because what happens is, I think a lot of this is people that are up on vacation, that are doing the fireworks. And they don't, they're not gonna know, and they don't know, but chances are if we could add something like that to to the bottom of our zoning sign, that zoning, just for a thought.
Yeah, whether people would read it or not, who knows, but I
Yeah.
think it's gotten better than it was a
Yeah.
couple years, well,
Yeah.
2 years ago, it was all over the
Right.
place. So I think it has improved some, or from my standpoint, maybe
It
I'm
was
wrong.
better.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think it has improved.
Yeah.
I think people got the message of the 3 days. And,
Right.
yeah.
And all the townships are pretty much together on this, so it's not just one township, it's all of them that
There
have the
might-
same standards.
Might be a thought that John has a flyer of what's acceptable fireworks, and to take it to our associations and as handouts, and that might be.
I'll tell you, we were parked right off the peninsula, and somebody was setting off, I mean, these things were like bombs.
Mhm.
I mean, literally, they were the loudest thing I ever heard, right? And they were like maybe a couple hundred feet behind us.
Oh, yeah.
And they were loud, I mean, and they had people right out on their dock setting these things off. I can't
I
believe they
know,
were doing it.
I know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, these are probably legal and.
Yeah, they probably
you
are. I don't
know,
know anything about
but-
which ones are legal or aren't, or
Yeah.
not, but,
Yeah,
anyhow, that was my suggestion,
Okay.
that consider it,
Okay.
maybe putting a small sign that could be a very concise language that would give them some basic information of the days, the day before, day after, national holidays, and the time frame too. I don't remember what it is.
I don't have that in my head right now,
Is it midnight?
but there is a specific time.
Yeah, and maybe just
It's,
very concise
So-
statement on that sign and on our zoning sign, so.
yeah, okay, thanks.
Mhm.
Any other public comment? Okay, we have no pending business, we have no new business this evening, so we are to our payment of bills.
And you have in your packet the gold sheet, that's the check register report, has a very large number on it, and that's because we are moving some money to Traverse City State Bank from Chase, and so that $250,000 figure on there that was moved over to Traverse City State Bank is fully FDIC insured. And so the total for those checks, 32240 through 32245, is $260,374.24. Does anyone have any question about the rest of the things listed there?
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the check register report. Check number 32240 through 32245, total $260,374.24.
Okay, is there support for
I'll
that?
support.
Shad? Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Leonardson,
Yes.
Wagner,
Yes.
Garvin,
Yes.
Rosa,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Hoffman votes yes. Okay, then the green copy is the vendor summary report. It covers checks 32246 through 32270 in the amount of $114,133.92. The largest being our quarterly fire allocation of $77,097.50. Does anyone else have a question regarding anything else that's listed there? For those of you that may wonder what the pickleball court is, that we had one of the tennis courts, there are two there, we had one of the courts striped as well for pickleball. The
You can still
seniors,
play tennis on it, but it
right,
is
the
available.
seniors had requested that we consider that, and we checked into it, and so that's striped with a blue markings.
So you can do that during lunch.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know how to play.
And that camera's on the bottom one over there, is that one, is that what the cameras are at, over there, 973?
That is, we got 5 cameras
Yeah.
and realized that there was one entrance area that wasn't covered,
Oh,
and so we had to get the 6th camera.
okay, okay.
And then you had the printer, right?
Yes, that's a new printer.
No, and then you had what's the $299? Is that?
The
Or
$299 is a printer for the lady in my office.
Okay,
Her
that's
other
the
one
Okay.
gave up.
Okay.
And so this is a used one that we were able to
Yeah.
bring in, and it seems to be working pretty good, and he put a 6-month warranty on it, so
Good deal.
I think it'll be okay.
Any other questions?
Madam Chairman, I would move to accept the vendor summary with checks 32246 through 32270 for $114,133.92.
Leonardson?
Support.
Wagner, support. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Schaub,
Yes.
Rosa,
Yes.
Garvin,
Yes.
Wagner,
Yep.
Leonardson.
Yes.
Hoffman votes yes.
Okay, motion is carried, and we are adjourned at 6:20. Thank you.